Okay, like they used to say on, I remember both John Luke Picard and Benjamin Sisko talking about Captain's Log Supplemental. Grown black folks talk. On the Climb Supplemental, where I walk and how and why it's important to you, part 2. Briefly, I should also mention that I was taught by no less a person than 3-time Vietnam veteran and American hero, Sergeant Rufus Abercrombie. 2 things. 1, you can go up any hill, no matter how big you are, as long as you have time enough to do it. Just go slowly enough. If you have time, you can do it. I've been around high hills that no one would think I could ever climb. 1 tip from an actual good man. His second 2 tours in Vietnam were to get the money to save his family from a deep racist situation in Texas. That was the only way he'd get the money, and he did it. This is a protector and a provider. A black man, and it needs to be mentioned. They do exist. But he's also 79 years old. The other thing that this old man taught me was go to your local parks if you can, because people who are in parks are on a different vibe. These are people who are there to appropriately handle dealing with the stress of their life. They try to do the same thing that you are. Don't go too early, don't go too late. Avoid big crowds if you can, but go at a time when there are people there, or go with a partner. He was right. Now, I realize not everybody who listens to me has access to this, so I'm going to put out a little tip. Remember how I said in my video that I just did that dress appropriately for where you're going? If you live in a community that does not have this, this is a little bit more difficult. We may need to talk about how we get you moved. But in the meantime, find a waterside, find a park, find something that's involved with nature. And so what you want to do is, pay attention to what people wear in your local parks who are there constantly. Buy 1 outfit. 1. Take a Lyft, take an Uber, take a bus, do whatever you need to do. Put on that outfit and be there. And get used to being there. A content creator, well, there are several, but just get used to it. Take yourself to a different location. Put on the uniform for being in that location. And get used to being in a vibe where generally people are dealing with their stress appropriately. It will help you tremendously. Before I was able to do the hill country, I used to be in Golden Gate Park constantly. And even Sergeant Abercrombie, he's gotten up in age now, and he's not always on the side of town where we can do these together, but sometimes we still walk and talk. Strategy. Find a local place that's peaceful, a waterside, a park. If you don't normally do this, pay attention to what people do. Go on YouTube, look at the videos, see what people wear in parks. If this is not something that's new to you, and dress yourself appropriately. And go. And be in a safer environment by virtue of people being there, not looking to start trouble. Look like you belong there and relieve your stress along with everybody else. It may take some getting used to. Sergeant Abercrombie said to me in San Francisco, it's unusual now to see black people in parks because the cities have been so gentrified. But it can be done. And he and I never had trouble because we dressed the part and did what we had to do and got out. And nobody bothered us because, hey, you look like anybody doing what people do to make their lives better. And as long as you don't disrupt anything, no one's going to really bother you. Did I mention he's a 6'1" big black man who did this solo for years and was not bothered? Just a thought. All right, there's a supplemental. Don't mean it to be as long as the first video. Y'all have a good day.